Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For all those of you new, this is a Let's Build video. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, someone's going to say to me, what are these Let's Build? What do you do? Well, I actually build model kit. So whatever the kit is, I'll build it. So if someone needs something built or wants something built, you know, to show them how to do it, they have a visual reference, and I do it. This video is going to be the Primaris Aggressors from the Imperium Magazine. I believe it's number 6. Imperium Magazine number 6. That's how far I'm behind on the Space Marines. So, as always, tools we're going to need: scraper, clippers, a sanding sponge. Don't need that, but I always have it because it's handy. There's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. And as always, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the kit. So as you can see, we can identify body parts, backpacks, yeah, arms, you know, more body parts. There we go. There's gun sections as well, heads. So the first thing we need to do is put the sergeant together, and we need 11, 12, 13. That's what we need. Where the hell are they? Right. There's number 13. Just there. So we need him. So let's snip his arms out. That's 13, 11 and 12 we need. They should be close by because GW loves putting everything close together now, which is handier for us. There's number 11, there's number 12. So there's what number 13 is. Yeah, nice and easy, very simple. Right, these little pins on the arm, you need to keep those on there. So I'll flip it round. You can see where it ends. Let's snip it off. And we'll snip this one off as well. So we have, that's what we have. Yeah, those pins are needed. And then it's number 11, which is here. Again, there's a little nipple on the end, little nip on the end there. Just leave that on there just in case. Heads are always fiddly, so get that out of the way. Right, so I need to clean these down. I'll come back to you then. Right, so it's a little clean down. I've dry fitted the pieces so they all fit nicely. This goes in here. Just give that a little once over. Just move some plastic glue. Head literally just slots in there like that. It's very simple. Again, you can see the holes where this one goes. Just run it along the edge just to join the pieces even better and get rid of a nasty join line. It wants to go in. This one's going. Let me just get this on off camera. There we go. Typical. Off camera it works, on camera it doesn't want to work. So now you've got that horrible little join line. So what I'll do is run a little bit of plastic along there. Most of this will be covered up by his armour, just his arms and everything else, but just to make sure that. So then I'm going to leave that to dry. The next piece that's needed is 14, 15 and 16. So we're going to identify where they are. and then we move on. So 14 is the backpack, all the swells on it, which is this piece. That's all the swells, the wires. That's 14. And 15 and 16 are feet. There's 15, there's 16. You see how easy they make it? Yeah, there's the 3 pieces in first of all, then this piece, then these 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and I'll come back to you. Right, so they're all cleaned down. Now, I'm going to put some glue in there. That's going to clip onto his back. Again, it's all dry fitted nicely. Hopefully it works on camera this time, doesn't decide to not connect in where it should be. Easy as that. Yeah? You hear that rain? Oh my goodness me. I'm going to get these 2 legs in, then I'm going to have to probably stop for a little while. So with these legs, I hope this kit, if I went to the shop and bought it, would be the same as the way they've done it in the Imperium Magazine, because I tell you what, it's so much easier. Just line him up. There he goes. Just looking, making sure he's lined up nicely on the base. Perfect. I'm going to leave them to dry. I'm not going to try and put them in the base now because they could. Should they pop out? No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't pop out because they're on pins. Then you just want to line it up, because this isn't a round circle, this is a hexagon on the bottom of his foot. So you want to line it up. Come on. Of course I'm pushing his leg out. Let's do it this way. It's a bit easier. Put his leg in first, and then just slot that onto it. That's the easier way of doing that. Honestly, put the leg in first. Had I known that, I probably would have glued the leg straight to the base. That rain's so bad now. I'm going to have to stop, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Right, now so it's onto his arms. And I need 17, 18, 19 and 20, which is, where are we? 17, 18, 19 and 20. So as you can see, all these pieces have been taken out, yeah? And it's these pieces, so very, very simple. They do like to keep things nice and easy. So I'm going to clip these out, clean these down, and then we'll start working away on them. Right, so this literally just, I push fitted it in first of all off camera, and it was difficult to get out. So this one is a right snug fit. As you can see, just slot straight in. The problem I'm having here with dry fitting this, I can't get this arm on. It's meant to come up and connect to there, like that. Yeah, that's how it's meant to connect to the weapon. But the arm, the pin is too big. So what I'm going to have to do is snip that pin back. And then I can glue it in position. Yeah. So I'm going to do that now. Add a bit of glue to this bit. Lose my pin inside. Some glue here. Double glue there. And that goes in there. It goes up like that. So I'm going to go camera and hold this in place, and I'll back to you then. And the other arm is just the same. Just push it in. Now where do you see along there where it joins? Yeah. What I'm going to do, what I would suggest to you, is just run a bit of plastic glue along that joint. Okay, the reason why is as that melts, it's going to give you a nice smooth join. Look at the back of his head there. See it's shiny? Yeah, that's where I run the glue across that so the join disappears. Obviously it's shiny now, but when I put some when I spray it, it won't be shiny anymore. Now let's test this guy out. Again, I'm having problems getting him in there with the pin. So I'm going to stick the pin down. Again, they're still having problems. So I'm going to snip it down a little bit more. That looks about right. So I'm going to glue that off camera because the other arm's starting to come off now. So see in a second. There we go. Now the thing on his base is number 32. Yeah. But you don't need to put that one on. You could, there's should be 3 little bits that go into the base. So even if you leave them till last and then decide which one you're going to put on whoever, I think they're all interchangeable so they can go into any base they want. But there's a sergeant. Some detail on that model is amazing. Don't worry, I've heard a few comments about oh, there's a little bit of bit you missed there with the scraper or the sanding sponge or what. You know, don't worry about anything like that, because once it's glued, I go over it with the sanding sponge, just make sure I've got every little bit anyway. I always do. I always forget to tell you that I do that, but it's an amazing model. The difficult part is this, the arms line up with these rods on the back, these ammunition tubules, if you like. So when I first looked at it, I thought, well, that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside, but little snip of the rod there on his, where his arms are supposed to pin into, and they're fine. So that's the first one done. So now the second one, numbers 1, 2, and 3. So let's have a look on this. Where are we? Okay, there's number 1. Okay, so number 2 and 3, there's number 3, and there's number 2. Yeah, so I'd imagine that this top half here is going to be the next guy, and imagine the bottom half here is going to be the last guy. Okay, so I'm going to snip off 1, 2, and 3, give them a clean down, and I'll come back to you then. Right, so I've glued him together. I didn't need to show you that because it's exactly the same as the first one. And now what we need is 4A and 4B, which is his backpack. Okay, it's very, I'm going to slip these off, but it's very straightforward and simple. From what I can see, they just, one clips into the other one. I think the most problem we're going to have with this part of it is just cleaning any lines or any bits of sprue that just don't want to come off. This one's a bit easier, this model, because his arms actually have the wires in, so it'd be a bit easier to maneuver the wires onto it. But anyway, and the next pieces are 5 and 6, which is his feet. But what we're going to do with this, I'm going to glue this one into the slot in the base, glue this one into his body, and then glue where this one connects to the body, put some glue down, just put it in, so it's nice and easy, rather than struggling like we did with the last bit. Right, I didn't dry fit it because I know if I put it in there, it's not going to come out. Now with this, there's a little knobble bits at the bottom. Yeah, they go at the bottom. So when you put it on, it's literally like that. Okay, very, very simple. Just press and hold it for a couple of minutes, because I'd imagine that's where the wire's going to, that little hole from the arms, which is not a problem at all. Press and hold this. Now I'm just going to glue the backpack on, nice and easy. You should just slot in. Actually put put it in properly. There we go. So now, when I put the arms on, somebody's going to say, oh John, you need to clip these down because they did it on the last one. No. Each one of these, when I put the arm on, it could line up perfectly, in which case I don't need to clip the pins. But if it doesn't line up perfectly, then I can give the pin a little clip. If I clip it down now and then go to put it on and it actually would line up perfectly with the pin, then I've just clipped it up and I can't, you know, and I've got to really mess around then. So now I'm going to go for the two legs, which is number 5 and number 6. Which is these two guys. Everything at the top here is for this guy. I check the numbers, everything up here is for him, everything down the bottom is for the next guy. So I'll take them off and I'm going to glue this leg into the base ready. Okay. Right, so the leg's cleaned. Let's look how it goes in. Okay, there's a little, does it go in that little slab there, doesn't it? It's supposed to go in like that. There we go. It just pops in and it lines up perfectly. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just drop a bit of glue there, just in that little piece. Just drop a bit behind the knee, just where it lines up. And then I'm going to run some glue around this little section here and a little bit in there. Because now what should happen, so I've done this base into the, glued them into the base already, that should line up perfectly. It does. Look at that, nice and easy. So now what I'm going to do is just drop a bit of glue around the base of his foot. Let's give him a little push down onto it. Let's get a bit unwinded there. I don't know if you can see it underneath there. Just whacked a blob of glue. See it shining away. So just under the foot, push and hold it down, nice and easy. So now what's left is 7, 8, 9 and 10. All those pieces from the top there. Okay, now this is number 31, which is the bit that goes in his base, but again you don't need to put that piece in there because there's the other piece, which is a bolt gun on the floor. So you could mix and match them, or you can change them up whatever way you want to do it. So I'm going to clip these off, give these a clean down, adding that these are going to be the same going in. Okay, there's going to be no difference, nice and easy. The only difference with this one is there's the wire coming out to go into the back. Okay, so I'm going to clean these down, glue them into the front now, and I'll come back to you then. Right, I've just dry fitted the arms. They're not going quite the way I want them, so I'm snipping a little bit off. Dry fit it again. That's better. That looks a lot better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop a dab of glue. Literally just pops in like that. That just pops in. As you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think I've moved the light slightly in the wrong angle now, but it doesn't matter. So just hold that in place. Now the second arm actually went on nice and easy. Okay, nice and easy. So glued it in, cut a little thing down the base. The second aggressor done. Very, very simple, very straightforward. So all that's left on the sprue now is the last one. So I'm going to start off by taking the body, okay, front and back, and the head, and glue those together. You don't need to see that because it's the same as the first two, and I'll come back to you then. Right, so I've glued the front one together. Some of you say, what? The second model, okay, which is this guy, and the third model, how you put them together is identical. Okay, the only difference is use the correct parts for the correct bits because their positioning is different. Okay, this is the second model. Yeah, this is the third model. So the parts, the way they go together are identical. It's just the positioning is slightly different. Okay, now with the third one, I actually clipped the underneath of that bolter that goes on the floor. It's meant to go between his legs there, but I think I positioned him wrong. I'm not sure, but anyway, so I just clipped the base, the little bit off that, and just glued straight to the base. So I'm going to show you some pre-pictures in a second. Look, guys, thanks for watching. I would give this a difficulty rating, I'd say a 3, only because of lining the wires up at the back. But that was 90% pretty straightforward, and just clipping the pins in the arm back a little bit, because apart from that, it's as simple as anything. But again, when you dry fit the arm on, you can see if it's going to go on or if it's not going to go on, and then you can trim it back a little bit, dry fit again. Okay, it's not going to go on, trim a little bit more off. Okay, that's perfect. It's not that difficult at all. I'd give these guys a 3. Very, very simple. I'm actually looking forward to putting gravel on their base and undercoating them black, getting them ready for a painting video. I think there'd be so much detail in here. You look at them and you think there's not much detail, but big chunky blocks. I'm just looking at, I can edge highlight along the wrists, and you know, just edge highlight along just around his thumb there, and there's so much good stuff that can be done on these models. So please, I'll show you some pretty pictures. So please like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, take it easy, guys.